G'day guys, welcome back. Resin coasters today, and then I'm going to concentrate on doing a few acrylic pours for you, for the people that are missing my acrylic pours. But I wanted to do this one because my friend Fiona came over the other day. Hi Fiona. And she used these colours, or similar colours, and her coasters turned out really gorgeous. She hasn't unmolded them yet because it's been Christmas and she's going to come back after Christmas, but that's it there. And I said to her, it reminds me of like a little island. Oops, they're popping out because I'm bending them, but they're just really pretty. So I'm going to use colours like that. Because we didn't obviously video that one, and I thought you might like to see that done. Although she may, if I talk her into it, she may come and do a video with me. So we'll see. Alright, I'm getting my gloves on. Now the thing I'm doing different is I'm going to put a little bit of black around the edge, just for contrast, and I'm going to use the Cast and Craft black. And then in the centre I'm going to put my white sparkle. So I'm adding those two, but she used these two, I think, from memory. They are Resin Art. That one's Purple Sapphire, and this one is Mermaid. So I'm going to use those two, and yeah, hopefully we'll get a pretty painting. I'm going to do my edge with a piping bag, so I've got my piping bag in there. I'll probably do 2 layers, only because, well, I was planning on doing something else today, but it didn't quite work the way, well, I didn't, it wasn't ready for the resin, so I haven't got as much resin mixed up as I would like. But anyway, that's another story. So let's get on to this. So I thought I'll just use what I've got because I've made it. Now it doesn't look quite like mica powder. It does look a bit different. It's kind of, it looks more grainy, if that makes sense. Like it's not a smooth powder. And when they mix, when you mix them up, they're really shiny, almost like a, I don't know, not a color change or an interference, but they're just a little bit different, which is really pretty. All right, now I'm just going to put maybe, we'll do half a cup, and that can be for my sparkle, and then just a tiny bit of black. So let's just do like a 1/4 of a cup for the black, and this is the paste. We'll just put a few little, well, just a squirt. Won't need very much. That's that one. I haven't used a lot in the way of pastes in my coasters. So the last one I did, which I was very happy with, that's not opaque enough. I did put a paste in it, and it stopped, I think it stopped the pigment powders from coming up around the top, like they do sometimes on the outsides. So I thought, oh, that's pretty cool. I'll try that again, see if that works again. Okay, that's better. I want it to be nice, strong black. Hopefully I still get striations, because the other black I used was my powder, and then I had the paste. Anyway, we'll see how we go with that. Let's mix this one up. You do have to mix them really well. So what I do is I give them a mix, let them settle, because you might get little bits of powder floating to the top. And then I'll mix them again after a couple of minutes. Put them down and do something else, and then come back to them. See how it's sort of changes colour a little bit? It's really pretty. This is not a very dark purple. That's why I thought maybe the black would be nice with it. I think that's the purple she used. Actually, I could be wrong. Hang on, 1 tick of the clock. 1 tick of the clock. Oh, I don't know now. I don't know. I can't remember. Was it this one, Fiona? Purple Sapphire? I don't know. Oh my gosh. We didn't write it down. Alright, now let those sit there for a minute. And I'm just going to pour my black into the piping bag and then cut a tiny, tiny little hole. If you only want a tiny little bit of your outside color, it's a good idea to use the piping bag, because even if you try and pour a little bit, I just feel that you get more than what you want if you only want a tiny little bit. So take that out. Hope that's opaque enough. If I can add a little bit more, squirt it in there. I want it really opaque. I just don't know that that's quite enough. Alright, let's hope that mixed. Now, where's my little skizzers? So, push that down. So that's all there is. Hopefully there's enough just to do those 4. And move you out of the way so I don't knock you over. And I'll do a tiny, tiny little hole. Let's see if that's enough. Oops, I've got air bubbles in there. Yep, all right, that should be enough. You can always push a little bit harder if you want a little bit more to come out. Give it a good twist. All right, here we go. And I can actually get into the corners, into all those little edges this way, rather than having to, you know, push them in later with the stick. Oops, can't see where I'm going. Okay, there's one done. It's a good idea. I like this idea of mine of actually piping them in if I just want a tiny little bit. Because the outside color usually takes over, because resin wants to come from the outside in, and sometimes it can really take over and hide your other colors. That's what happened when I was doing my black and burgundy and copper one the other day. The black really took over. I mean, it ended up looking really pretty, but yeah, it did take over. Whoops, oh, I nearly knocked that over. Okay, here we go. So start off with a really little tiny, tiny hole. You can always make it bigger. Can't make it smaller. I'm just going to come around the side and see if I've got everything in that opposite side, because I can't see standing on that side. I think I've got that. Got everything. Now don't be tempted to say, oh, I've got some left, I'll just put some more on. What I'm doing is I'm just evening it up, making sure that everything's looking even. But you know, I've still got some there, and the whole idea of this was not using too much, so I didn't think, oh, I've got some left, let's just use it up. Just put it away. You only wanted a tiny bit. Okay, now let's give that another stir. Clean your stick, because there could be some loose mica powder on your stick as well. So the color I'm going with next is the purple. Yeah, I don't know if this is what she used. I cannot remember. Hers looks darker. All right, here we go. I'm going to pinch that so that I can do a little line. You can do puddle pour as well. Just want to see what it looks like if I just do it this way. I haven't got that much resin. I only made up like probably half of what I need, so I'll have to do a top coat in something. But if there's like a cheap resin that you like to use that gives you good striations but maybe not heat resistant, you can use it on the main part, and then come back with your more expensive heat resistant resin for your top coat. Now, don't think I'm going to use all my purple, because I know it's a strong color too, so it can just sit there. But I do want to use all of this blue mermaid, and I may even make up some more of it, but we'll see. I'm going to put a puddle in the middle, and I'm going to push it out with my sparkle white, and hopefully it will all blend together nicely. I think that's going to be enough. I haven't even mixed up my sparkle white yet. What am I doing? What are you doing, woman? Get working. Okay, that's that one. Let's put my little cups together. So that's my clear for my sparkle white. And I don't think I want too much. I'm just going to put a little bit in first just to see what it looks like. I've been using this a lot lately. I've been really enjoying using it. Sparkle white from Max White Sparkle from Colour Passion. You can use as much or as little as you want, depending on how much sparkle you want. I was going to push that to the edges, but I think once I pour this in, it should all go to the gaps there should cover. There we go. Look at that. How pretty is that? Let's put a little bit in first. Make sure you catch your drips. You don't want to drip into the side. Make sure they're all going to go to the edge. Okay. And now what I'm going to do is, what a tiny, oh look, there's a tiny bit left. I'll just put a tiny bit more in. And then I'm going to just give it a good splash with some clear. Not that I've got much clear left. That's all I've got. I better pour it into a cup. That's all I've got left. As I said, I wasn't planning on doing this. I was planning on doing something else, but when I looked at my project, I thought, oh, it's not ready for resin yet. I'm going to have to do something else with the resin I've just mixed up. So, look at the striations we're getting. Looks as though the purple's coming up and around the black though. That's because I put the paste on the outside, whereas the other one I did mica, then paste, then mica. But anyway, let's see what happens. Let's pour some clear in the middle. I don't have a lot. I have to make do. Hopefully these each get an even amount. That's about it. That's all the resin I've got. And give it a quick torch. I don't like scraping those cups because they've got wax on the inside of them, and I'm always worried that a little bit of wax is maybe going to come out and disrupt my resin. Put that lid back on there. There are a few little, this is the same thing Fiona had, like a few little dots of powder weren't mixed properly, so I thought, oh, you know, I'll make sure I mix them up really well, but I've still got them as well, so maybe they don't dissolve all that well. Not sure. Right, now, where's my torch? Where's my torch? Where did I put my torch? Oh my gosh. I had to pack up everything for Christmas, and I've moved stuff. I'm going to have to go and find it. Stay there one sec. I remember now, my husband took it to light the mosquito coils because we sat outside last night and played cards with the kids. Alright, here we go. A bit of torching, popping bubbles. Look at the effects that's happening already with the black going over the pulling in. Hey, that's really unusual. It's a different look. Maybe it's because I've used the pigment paste around the outside there in the black instead of the black mica powder that I usually use. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Hey, little experiment. Okay, I think we're bubble free now. Got a clear center, which is pretty. I'll get my gloves off. I'm going to come back and show you what's happened in about half an hour or so and see if it changes much. So yeah, we'll see you then. Hey guys, I'm back. I was thinking about this and I thought I'm going to try and put a little bit of this darker purpley blue around the outside, Twilight Orchid. I just don't like how it's got the purple and then the black and then the purple. I don't like that. So I'm going to put some of the darker blue around the outside, this one. I put a little bit of the mermaid on the inside and then put some more clear on the middle. Hopefully I've got enough room left because it's about probably 2/3 full at the moment. So I'm not sure how much room I'm going to have, but we'll just try it. So I'll put a scoop of that one in there. And a scoop of the mermaid in here. And I only want a tiny little bit. I'm only going to try and put a tiny little bit around. So, I don't know, 1/8 of a cup maybe. And maybe 1/4 of a cup of the mermaid. And the rest can stay clear. I think I'll put a little bit more sparkle white in that, just for the center. Wasn't sure how much I needed. I made up about 110 grams because I haven't got very much room left. But I'm just not happy with the way it is. So rather than waste it, let's see if I can perhaps fix it a little bit. Let's move you up a bit. It's really pretty, this one. It's slightly darker purple than the one I had. The previous one's more of a pinky purple. This is more of a purple. But hopefully you'll be able to see the other colour through underneath. That would be nice. Add a little bit more because this is it's got more resin in it. Stick that in there. So whatever sticks to the resin is going to come off in the cup. Like so. I love the way the sparkle white falls to the back there, and it looks like little crystals. I don't know that you can see it from up there, but it's really pretty. It sparkles. Alright, now I should mix this really well, shouldn't I? Because I didn't mix it properly last time. It's this one that didn't mix properly. I'll mix it again in a minute. I'll do the purple first. Alright, let's see. I'm not going to do a piping bag. I'm just going to try and just do a tiny bit. Whoops. It's just dripping. No, that works. Just a tiny little bit. Hopefully I've got enough. Even that's quite a lot. A little bit more. Be interesting to see if you can still see the colours from the first layer or whether they'll be disguised by this top layer. Whoops, running out. I'll just scoop some out. There's enough to go around. It's just needs a bit of help coming out. Borrow a bit from the bits that have got a lot. There we go. See, you made it. Made it. All right. Now, put a little bit of this one in. And again, I'm just going to do a little ring. It can have a little bit more though. And then I just want to put the clear in the center. And hopefully these two will blend nicely. And I didn't want to add any more black because I've got plenty of black in there if it still shows up. Now there's still some left in there, but I'm not going to use it all. because I want to put some of the sparkle in here, and then I can just fill it up. Fill the center up with the sparkle. And we're still taping. Hopefully that will look pretty. So that's looking better already. I just did not like the orange, where did I get orange from? That purple, then the black, then the purple. So I don't think I'll do that again with the black paste. I'll stick with my black mica. I like the way the mica makes the striations. The paste for me did not work. Okay, so let's pour this in. Not too much because I don't want to overflow it. Oh, that's a lot of sparkle, Julie. What are you doing, woman? That's a lot of sparkle. Now we can't even see. I should have just stuck with clear, hey? Oh, dear. That was probably the wrong decision. Too late now. Now I've lost everything underneath. Oh my gosh. We'll have to wait and see what this does. If it comes in or not. Hopefully it will. I don't have enough room in my coasters to mix up any more resin and like pour it in. There's not enough room. So it's just going to have to, I should have just stuck with the clear in hindsight. Hindsight's a lovely thing, isn't it? Coulda, woulda, shoulda. But didn't. Alright, let's just torch. Pop some bubbles. Gee, that blue is taking over. Isn't it? It's all pulling in. Can't see my black anymore. It's gone skis. Alright, we'll give it some time, see what it's going to do. And hopefully it will be pretty. Would like a clear center though. I wonder if I've got a little tiny bit of room left to mix up some more clear. I don't think so. This one's full. Unless I take some out, but that won't work either. Alright, I'll come back to you in about half an hour and we'll see if it's changed or how much it's changed. See you then. It is the next day. Didn't get a chance to come back and show you what has happened, but I can show you now. So again, the purple has moved into the middle, but we seem to have got a tiny little bit of the darker blue around the edge. But let's get them out and have a look. They look really shimmery. Look at that. Look at that. Hopefully they come out nicely, which they do. Oh, I've still got my clear center. Yay. Isn't it funny how they look totally different once they come out? Look at that sparkle. Sometimes it's really hard to pick up, you know, what it really looks like on film, but nice and shiny. There's a reflection outside. Let's have a look at the back. I'm expecting a lot of glitter. Okay, that's interesting too. That one's got a lot more purple. See, there's that. What's that? Maybe that's the black on the outside there. And we've got the purple, and then we've got the teal. It's really quite pretty as well. I think on these ones, you could do either, whichever side you preferred. I don't know. Maybe some people would prefer this one, actually. Let's get the next one out. Which side do you prefer? The top or the bottom? The front or the back? I don't know. You could go either way. Now these, again, aren't picking up the tealy colour as much as they should. This on the outside here is all teal, but it's looking more blue. You see a little bit of the teal in the middle, I guess. Really pretty. All right. Next. Yay, I didn't overtorch. They're all coming out. So you can see in the center there how it's that sort of greenish, tealish color. There's more of that around the edges there, but it's just a little bit hard to pick up on the camera. So the backs are all very similar, aren't they? I think when I set up my photos, I'll do 2 this way and 2 that way, just so that you can see the difference. So I've got a tiny little lip there that I will sand. And then I'll just paint the top edge with silver. You don't need to see me do that. You've seen me do that lots and lots of times. So I'll just go and do that. And then I'll set them up outside. But which side do you prefer? I'm kind of thinking maybe this side. I mean, this one's very pretty as well with the striations. They're not amazing striations, but they're still pretty. I don't know. You tell me. All right. I'll set them up and I'll see you for the next video. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Love you all. Bye for now.